Hello, hello. Thanks for watching. I'm Tiffany. Thanks for being here. If you like what I'm saying, please feel free to tap on the screen and give me some hearts. Makes me feel good, and it helps me to stay in the flow. And if you don't know me, I'm Tiffany Manchester. I'm a feel-good specialist, and my goal is to help you make any difficult decision with ease so that you can live a life you love. Because you deserve to be happy all the time, everywhere, no matter what is going on around you. Am I right? So I do have a story for you. I want a couple more people to come on, and please let me know where you are, where you're scoping in from. It's always nice to, hey. It's always nice to see where people are able to scoping in from. You totally deserve to be happy all the time, no matter what crap you feel you're in the middle of right now. You can still find the place that feels good within it. That is your job. That is your duty in life. I hope you can hear that loud and clear. And if you still need help getting that, don't worry. I will be repeating it over and over all the time whenever I'm scoping on my website and Snapchat as much as I can. If Philly sucks, leave. So I'm in Puerto Rico right now. I live in Hawaii, but as a lot of you guys know, I'm here on a surfing trip with my boyfriend, and we've been here for a few days, so I promised I would scope as much as possible. And the craziest thing happened when we were trying to board our flight to come here. Can you guys see me here? Is that better? It's kind of annoying when you can't see the person's eyes. I don't like that. It is bright though, so I may have to put the sunglasses up and down a little bit. So just bear with me. And if you can hear me loud and clear, just type yes or just tap a bunch of hearts on the screen, because there's a little bit of a breeze here, and I meant to bring my headset, but I totally forgot. So awesome, thank you. So where else are you guys coming in from? Thanks for being here. Thank you. What is happening in wherever you are? What are you doing today? What are you doing right now? What are you doing to feel good? What are you doing to feel good today? What can you do to make yourself feel better today? And if you feel great, how can you feel even better? There's always room for progress, right? So, oops, dropped my keys in the sand. Let's not lose keys. That would be bad. That would be very bad. And they're electric. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a story about when Ken and I were boarding our flight to come to Puerto Rico. And this is why I titled it, How to Make Sure You Have to Be a Creative Thinker in order to make your dreams come true, because some people are not creative thinkers. And you know, when we're trying to make our dreams come true, we generally have to connect with other people. We may be needing to work with other people. We may need to hire other people. So you know, we're really not in it alone. Even if we're doing work on our own, at some point we're gonna have to include others to help us. So what happened? Hey Rob, nice to see you. It's been a while. So what happened for us is we were checking in for our flight, and we were leaving Hilo, which in Hawaii, which is a super tiny airport, like really small. There's no like big hike. We get there like an hour before our flight, and so we're flying first class because our new motto is first class, 5-star, VIP, all the way, baby. So we found first class tickets that we booked like months ago. And so we've been working really hard to get ready for this trip. So we're checking in, our flight's at like 10:20, okay? So it's a late, like overnight flight. And we get there at like 9 or something. And this lady at the check-in, so I go to the kiosk or whatever, and it wouldn't recognize my name. And we're like, well, that's really weird. It says that we don't have a flight booked. So then we go to the lady at the desk, and she's like, oh, the name doesn't match the name on your passport. So, you know, they're not gonna let you on the flight. And so this is with United, and we're like, well, can you just change the name on the passport? You know, I don't know how that happened or whatever. We're flying first class, so generally they try to, you know, give a little bit of extra special attention to the people flying first class, but regardless, they should be helping you out anyway, because, you know, you're paying money for this flight. And so she was putting like a real damper on the progress. So right away we're like, I could see Ken like going into panic mode. And so if he's going into panic mode, I'm like, I have to stay super calm. I gotta be in calm mode, like solution oriented. You can't focus on the problem. So, you know, the lady at the check-in is focusing on the problem, and I'm in solution mode. Okay, what can we do? What do we need to do? Like, we're getting on this flight. There's no way we're not getting on this flight. And she's like, well, I can call you, I'll call United, but generally they won't let you do that. And so she gets on the phone, and I told her as she's on the phone, I'm like, listen, you have to have a positive attitude. Like, we have to bring a solution into it. Don't focus on the problem. And she just kind of looked at me funny. And so I'm getting on the phone with United in my own, because I can tell the vibe that you bring to any situation is going to dictate the outcome. The vibe that you bring to any situation is going to dictate the outcome. So I knew right away that her attitude, thank you for the hearts, I appreciate it. I knew right away that her attitude wasn't going to help us get on that plane. And so while I'm like trying to figure out, when you're trying to call a corporation, they make you like hold and press buttons and do this, and like you're really having a hard time getting a real person. So I'm trying to get through to a real person, and I can hear her like out of the corner of my, or whatever, I could hear her in the background, and she's like, that's what I thought. Okay, thank you. So it was like she was looking for confirmation of her perspective, and that's always what you're gonna get. You're gonna get what you give. And so she's looking, that's all she wanted to hear, that she was right in her perspective, that they weren't gonna be able to change the name for us. So that's what she got, her confirmation. So she looked at me, and I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna just keep working on this for a minute. So I was having trouble getting through to someone. So Ken gets on the phone, and he's like, thank you for the hearts. So Ken gets on the phone, and as he's doing that, I'm thinking, okay, the only other reason why we're not, if we don't get on this flight, is because we're not supposed to. God, the universe, the angels, all I could think of is maybe the plane's gonna crash. Maybe we're meant to be doing something else. And so I checked in with myself in that for a second to see if maybe that's where the angels were leading me, because one of the other things I do as a feel-good specialist is I do angel tarot reading. And so I'm very connected to the angels, which you are too. As long as you develop your intuition, you'll be able to hear them more clearly, more loudly. So I checked in, because I'm like, okay, well, if we're supposed to stay, I'm fine with that. And so I even tried to visualize going home that night, but I just felt blocked. Like, I felt like the angels were like, no. If we were supposed to do that, I would have gotten like a way clearer sense of peace. I would have felt like a visual. None of that. It was like blockage. Like, no. So Ken, luckily, he took things into his hands. He got over like stressing out and decided to focus on the solution. And he got on the phone with someone at United like super fast, and they changed my name in like 2 seconds. And like sorted it out for us, because we were looking for a solution, because we knew that someone was there that could help us, because we knew we had spent a ton of time and energy to go on this trip that we were meant to go on. Super important. So then I looked at the lady, and she's like, oh yeah, sometimes you just need to call, it's better if you call. And we're like, okay, whatever. So like probably about 10 minutes has passed, like not long. And so we're starting to feel a little like panicky, like, are we gonna be late? Do we need to run for it? I don't know. Like, Ken just started getting panicky, and she's like, well, they are checking in right now. They're boarding right now. I'm like, can you call them to let them know we're coming? No. I'm like, really? So it felt like this person, hey Ukraine, this person was trying to like block us at every step of the way. This person who worked for United was just like one block after another, and it was just really, really surprising and disheartening. So, luckily it's a small airport, so it doesn't matter. But then she's getting us on the plane, and she's printing out our tickets, and they're like, oh, it looks like they gave your seats away. What? It's ridiculous. And then it turns out they hadn't. It had been like a total of 10 minutes. They could not have just given our seats away. This is a tiny airport. So the reason why, everything worked out fine. We got to our flight. Every connection was super smooth. We got all our luggage. This was a 24-hour flight. We had 3 stops. It was a really big day. And so I wanted to tell you this story because You can't expect everyone to think creatively for you. You have to learn to think creatively for yourself if you need to find solutions to your problems. If you need to find answers that aren't even problems, if you need to find answers to questions you have, do your best to open your mind to creative possibilities. But if you are focused on the past and like, well, this thing didn't work out that time, so that's probably a rule forever now, you're stuck. You're stuck in the past, and you need to release whatever happened in the past, no matter how many times it's happened to you, and expect something new to happen in the present moment. That's how you can work through any problem really quickly and easily. And if it still feels like that's not happening for you, then trust that also. Just be present in the moment, be present in the moment, and have an open mind. Be open-minded, and know that when you're working with other people, even if they're brilliant minds, hey Izzo, even if they're brilliant thinkers and you look up to them and they're a mentor for you, know that they're human. And as humans, we have blocks because we live from our ego, which means we're not always in our right mind. We're not always connected to our higher self. The ego focuses on right from wrong. So we're not always going to be in that right-minded space where everything's perfect, la la la, rainbows and feathers, although it can be if you train yourself to do that, which is what I'm here to do for you. So what was I saying? Yeah, right. So when you're working with other people, know that even if they're a super creative mind, they may not be able to open the doors to creativity in certain areas. And so don't let other people stop you from that. Even if you think they are the only ones that have the answer, they do not. You are the only person that has the answers you seek. You are the only person who has the answers you seek. You got that? You are the only person who has the answers you seek. There may be people that will help you, and that's great. We love all the help we can get. We love like-minded individuals. We love right-minded thinkers. We love spirit. We love angels. We love all the help we can get. But know that there are some times when you're in a position to not think that way, but you can change your mind if you just decide something else. Search within. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. So that's my story for you. And I've been wanting to tell you for quite a while, like the last few days. I'm like, we've got to tell them the story. We've got to get on Periscope and tell the story. And we were just out surfing and I got cold, so I decided to come in and talk to you. So does anyone have any questions about that? How can I help you? Again, I'm Tiffany in Manchester. I'm a feel-good specialist, and I will help you learn how to make any difficult decision with ease so that you can live a life you love, because you deserve to be happy all day, every day. Puerto Rico is great. Thank you for asking, Lizzo. Having a great time. The waves were big, but we found some smaller waves today, so we're just kind of goofing around. And it's nice because we drove around for like 5 hours yesterday looking at different spots, and they were just all too big. The food, well, I'm not super excited about the food, to be honest. It's very greasy and fried, and I've been trying to clean up my diet a little bit, but you know, I'm in a new culture, so I haven't tried the Creole yet, but I'm gonna do that, and it's all right. I'll keep you posted on that. I'll keep you posted. It's only been a couple of nights, so maybe I'll find something that I really like, but I'm into salads a lot. And it's funny because in Hawaii, you know, we, like here, Ken really wanted to watch football yesterday, and so we went to Chili's, you know, Chili's, which is a chain. Well, we don't have that stuff in Hawaii, so it's like fun for us to go there for a night, and like the portions are so big and get this like massive salad, which was really fun. But then we went to a local restaurant down the street here yesterday and had salmon, and it was good. It was good. And tequila. And also I want to keep you guys posted that we are going to do some gratitude shots with you guys. So every night you have a lot of fresh roots and fruits. Are you in Puerto Rico? How many Americans live in the Rincon West? Well, we're in Aguadilla right now. We did go to Rincon yesterday. I don't have the numbers for you because I'm not a great numbers person, but when Ken joins on, he's